So I took apart a UPC barcode scanner, there's the body, and I wanted to figure out kind of how it processes the signal so that I can use it for a line following robot. And here's the scanner part of it. I think this over here is the laser, and this is the receiver, and then this is a rotating mirror. You can't see it very well with the camera because of the sample rate of the camera and the oscillation of the mirror, but anyway, you can take my word for it that it's vibrating back and forth, and it traces out a sinusoidal pattern. And you can kind of see the pattern if I shake the camera. You can kind of see how it traces out a sine wave. It's kind of like that. Anyway, it's scanning this UPC, and I wanted to kind of just show you how it worked. I've got my oscilloscope probing 2 points on the body of the UPC scanner, and here's what it shows me. And right now you can see these 2 little blips here, and that's because there are 2 edges to the piece of tape. If I move the piece of tape like this, and on the oscilloscope it moves like this. And if I move the tape forwards and backwards, you'll see the points move accordingly. And if you look closely at them, you'll notice that one is wider than the other. This one is a little wider than that one. And I think what's going on is the wide pulses correspond to when the beam is tracing from left to right. It goes from a high reflectivity, or white, to a low reflectivity, like black. And then going from black to white, there's a short pulse. So white to black, long pulse, black to white, short pulse. I think that's how it's being coded. So for my purposes, I would look at this. I would look at this top signal here, and this top signal is just a square wave. On the low portion of the square wave, it is scanning from left to right, and then on the high portion, it's scanning from right to left. So on the low half of the square wave, it's scanning this way, and then the other half of the square wave, it's scanning the other way, or it's the other way around. But one of those 2 things, and that's kind of how I get a lock on the other signal, the bottom signal. It's kind of, the top signal kind of gives a point of reference for the bottom. I've got to reposition this to get the information back on the oscilloscope. There we go. So yeah, this is just the line, and if I flip it around, you can see here's the UPC with all of its many points. And in here, there is a menagerie of long pulses and short pulses. And I'm thinking that for every black line on the UPC, there would be 2 pulses here. So for every solid black line, there'd be a long pulse and a short pulse for the beginning of the line and the end of the line. That's how I'm currently thinking it's encoded. But yeah, I thought I'd just make a video about what I'm playing with. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.